Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Keeneland Racecourse here on Friday. It's the 13th of October, 2023. Going to look at the ninth race from Keeneland, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Join me tomorrow for my Newmarket previews for the Dewhurst there in the Cesaro, which some great action there. So I hope you check that out. But let's look at this ninth race from Keeneland. Also, tomorrow's Queen Elizabeth. Before I even go further, the Queen Elizabeth tomorrow from Keeneland might be one of the best runnings I've seen. It might be one of the best races we've seen stateside in a very long time. In the last month or so, because it's just, you have some good quality there. But let's get to this ninth race, which is a good one. It's the Sycamore Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a $300,000 purse, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field here of 16 horses entered. 13 through 16 are AEs. 12 will head to the Keeneland Turf Course, the 2,400-meter journey, or a mile and a half on the turf course. I don't know why they just can't increase the field size to 14 for this race. I think it would be okay, but no, it's going to be capped at 12. But my top selection here, I'm going to go with the 5-horse Tawny Port. 5-11-3-2 for me in the superfecta. 5-11-3-2 Super, top selection 5-horse Tawny Port, 4-year-old colt by Pioneer of the Nile, Christophe Clement trains, Joel Rosario gets them out. The horse's most recent outing came the 16th of September at Delaware, mile and a half in the Cape Pendleton, and the horse finished second by 2.5 lengths that day, and he set the pace that day, setting very pedestrian fractions. There was no, there was a timer malfunction, so there's no times in the DRF or the Equibase form, but basically, if you just watched the race, he was basically doing, walking the dog on the front end. He just couldn't keep up late. Cross border, the old man caught him. But this horse, he ran his heart out. Since coming to the green stuff, he's improved a lot by buyer points and just off of, visual form. Coming here today, I know he's up in class, but I think he could get the trip to win. He ran terrifically on the 23rd of August at Saratoga, mile 5/8 on the Mellon, the John's Call. Winning by 3.5 lengths that day. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, but he settled well towards the front end. He slowly moved his way to the lead, and then he took off clear with a 95 buyer. That was one of his best races lifetime. And then first started on the green stuff in the Bowling Green at Saratoga, mile 3/8 inner turf course, 30th of July. He finished 5th by 4.5 lengths. He was kind of interfered with Rebels Romance, where he fell at the top at the 5/16 pole. This horse, he had the clip heels, it was a little bit wide, and he just really couldn't get into it. Before a turf debut, he really showed up that day. His races on the dirt, prior to that, and earlier this year, just were subpar races. He never ran in the Ben Alley over the mile 3/16 locally, never ran in the Essex, never ran in the Pennsylvania Derby, never ran in the Mineshaft. His last decent race on dirt was the Ohio Derby, which he won quite nicely by length. Came back to run an okay third in the Jim Dandy against some tough horses last summer. But training well on the turf, I'm going to give him a shot here at 6-1 on the ticket. I think your second likeliest winner here is the 11 horse, who is limited liability. John Velasquez on this one for Sugar McGahee. John Velasquez, very good early Keeneland meeting. 16-5. I believe he's leading rider right now. So everything old is new right now with Johnny, leading at Keeneland. Frankie Dettori going on a share kind of farewell tour, it seems. Everything's good in the world, it seems, with the old riders. But most recently, he ran the horse in the UN at Monmouth over the mile 3/8 in July, where the horse finished 4th by 2.25 lengths that day. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, and he just, was lackadaisical. It wasn't his day to win. Refreshed here, down in class. He's in a better spot to win. Two back in Louisville at Churchill, mile and a half on the 20th of May. He finished second by 1.25 lengths that day, and he had a very bad trip from the inside, but he really closed up well on the outside late. He just missed, but he ran his heart out that day. And then here in the spring, a mile and an eighth in a allowance race, he won by a head. He was all out late, and he got the job done with an 86 buyer. It was a good return to the races. Since coming back since the race on the 23rd of April, he's been getting better. He's just been getting defeated, but he's getting better with the buyer points. Coming here, he's going to have to overcome Wide Postra, but he's training well at Belmont. I think he wants the longer trip. I'm going to use him on the ticket. Even the 3-horse here, Boldak, for Jamie Spencer and Charlie Appy and Godolphin, wants fast ground. He saw 2 soft ground in the Prix-Tourine at St. Cloud in September, where he never really got going. Won the Prix Nueve before that, Deauville quite nicely on soft ground, and then the race in the Prix Eugene Adam at Saint Cloud. That third place could win against these horses. Getting the extra trip, getting the fast ground, it wouldn't surprise me at 7-2. Let's use him on the ticket in this very nice Keeneland feature. But to recount my selection for the ninth from Keeneland now, it is the Grade 3 Sycamore. Gonna take the 5 horse Tawny Port. Give kudos to the 11 horse Limited Liability and the 3 horse Bold Act. 5-11-3 to Super. 5-11-3 in your multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.